Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Just to be able to see what it's like. So that one's unloaded into there, into our brand new shed in here. So if I back that one up a little bit like this, press, ooh, I might be able to. So farm silo, 500,000 litres. I've got 90,000 in straw in there. Now, the other thing that I want to do is right. We've got canola there at 5,000. I'm curious if I go through. Oh, it's only giving me the options for the ones that I can tip into. So if I go there, 90,000. It comes out at a very nice speed indeed. Look at that. That is considerably faster than the other one. The 180,000 machine that I was looking at. This one. Let me come out of there. The other silo that I was looking at. This one right here. 180,000 euros to buy. It has 480,000 litres. We've got the silo extension, which is another 100,000, and that adds 240,000 litres of additional capacity should we want it. That's great and all. These here are 500,000. Now, I believe that if I was to stick another one of these down, it would just extend out this silo on here, so we'd be able to use both of them together. I believe that's how it happens. Now, if I was to do that, I'm thinking we would stick it sideways onto this shed right here, and we'd probably just keep the doors closed, and we would have the shed on there sideways. I've probably got room. I'm not actually going to do it at the moment, but I just want to demonstrate to you what my thinking is right now. Have this one, and it literally, we will do it like that. No, we won't. Let me bring that one all the way round, because I do want the doors to be accessible on it. So the doors would be accessible if it was like that. We would be able to drive through both of them, and we can kind of like put them together. I'm thinking something like that is what we would do. So there would be room to get into the other shed. There'd be room to drive out round. And that would take our total capacity on that up to 1 million, which would be very, very cool. So that's kind of my thoughts on that bit right there. We're going to ignore the hay on the ground just for a second. And we're going to drive back over to the farm. So I've got 149,000 euros right now, which is enough for me to upgrade this tractor to one of the bigger Valtras. I'll have to sell this one and buy the bigger one, and then still keep the other two small tractors that we've got, and then upgrade those a little bit later on. See, this is the question. I want to get more land, and I want to get cows, and I also want to get the bulk feeder, so I'm kind of thinking that I'll go with the bulk feeder. And I'm starting at this end of the field. Actually, there was another thing that I want to do, and that is I want to go over here. I want to grab that one. I will just get that bit right there. Like that. Is the rest of this field done? There's a little patch right there that it seems to have missed as well. No, that hasn't actually missed anything. It's just a bit on the fertilizer. Right. I have planted that field. That one's all done. This field over here is almost planted. I just want to get this one started. So all I'm actually going to do here is I am going to manually do one pass along this bottom end, and then I'm going to just let it go and work up and down the field and hope that it will be able to turn itself round at the other end. I'm going to try having a little bit of faith in the driver's abilities. I know they have frequently proved to us that they're not really deserving of that faith that I do so frequently offer to them, but we're going to give it a go anyway. See if they'll actually be worthy of it now, just for once. Right, I'll bring you over like that. Lower you in, and off you go. Right, I think that'll work. He's possibly stuck out this way a little bit too far, but I'm gonna leave it and just not get too concerned about what's going on. That one is almost exactly the right width heading up through there, but I haven't got any more field for that one to do for a second, so I need to get up here and finish these fields. I've got that. I'll just do this one run here, and then we'll step over into the next field, and we will clear that one so that I can get a seed drill going in there, and then we can worry about the rest of this field here. So it's not very far from these two fields over to the farm, and at the moment, the straw that we get from here will be more than enough to keep the farm going. We've got this harvest here that we're doing, and then we'll have the next harvest as well, which will just kind of like finish all of it off. So there is the seed drill has finished the first task, and we've got the the other seed drill will be along shortly. We have our beautiful new forage wagon. There it is. Looking absolutely fantastic. I'm very pleased with this one. The colour is a little bit strange, admittedly, but I still like it. I still really, really like it. So I regret nothing. I have absolutely no regrets on this front. Bring you in around like that. And this tractor does seem to be pulling it. I mean, it's a little bit of a struggle for it going up the hill, which you'd kind of expect, really. You wouldn't really expect it to easily be able to cope with pulling something in this monstrous size, considering it's only a medium. I mean, it is like a 200-odd horsepower tractor, I think. The big Valtra, though, that one is quite a beast. That one is something like 400 horsepower, I think, when he's fully upgraded. I'll have a look in a minute. When we get this over and we're unloading it, we will take a quick look at the horsepower of the other Valtra, the biggest one. I'm sure that is like 400 or something obscene like that. It's really big. That's all we really need to worry about, is that it's really big. So just go and get that bit there. As far as upgrades go, we've got seed drills that are now working pretty much how we want, and those two seed drills will just keep the farm going for now until, well, I'm not quite sure when we'll be wanting to upgrade to the Amazon Condors, but we're not going to need to worry about that for a little while yet. Now it's going to be probably, we'll at least have doubled the amount of land that we've got, because running those two that we already have, it's not like we're in a desperate hurry to go and get something a lot bigger than that. Like 8 meters. The next size up, I think the Amazon one is 15 meters, so it's almost double what we're running right now. Now, of course, there is the Horse Pronto. I generally, though, try to avoid using that one. I know that we've got that machine there, that Horse Pronto, and it is a really good seed drill, but I generally try to avoid using it purely for the reason that everybody uses it. And that's the main reason I have for not generally go. I do it. I do use it. And the reason that everybody uses it is because it's a really, really cool machine. It is really useful. It's sort of, it's spot on perfect for just about any size farm. It's got the fertilizer tank as well as being a direct drill. 9 meters wide means that it is an absolute beast of a machine, and it will cope with just about any farm. So we have got in here seed drills. I'm probably looking right at it, aren't I? There, seeders. It's that one. See that there, 9 meters wide, big tank on it. It's an absolute beast. And keep in mind also that this one here doesn't have fertilizer, whereas this is the first one that does take the fertilizer, and then you can move up to these two. You got that one at 14.4 and the Amazon Condor at 15 meters. This one does take a little bit more horsepower requirements of pulling it. So I mean, the ones that we're using are mods. But they're really good mods. I like them. So what is the actual horsepower of the fully upgraded Valtra S series on here? If we go to the biggest engine available, it is exactly 400 horses underneath the bonnet, which is not a bad tractor at all, is it? That is not a bad machine to use. So I've got one tractor that is sat waiting down the bottom in the biggest field. It's finished that field now. I will go and double check that in a minute. I'm just going to take this one back over to this field. We've got one that they can start working on up here. With the speed that they're able to do that drilling, though, we're not too concerned about them and having to get them up here. Just going to get this one back over a sec. Alright, that one is over there, ready and waiting. There's a little tiny bit of a gap there that hasn't been planted properly. If I zoom in here, it looks like we have got... We can turn off those needs. It looks like the field has been planted, according to that. There's a couple of little, like, patches just here on the very ends. It's not showing up on the map at all. And if I sort of figure if it doesn't show up on the map, then it's such an insignificant amount that we don't really need to worry about it. And I'll take that one out there, and then I'll fold this one up and I will rush it up to the top field. And that one down there, is he doing alright there? He's got a little bit that he's left. I'll deal with that one later. I won't worry about that just now. That should be, yeah. And I think there's maybe a little tiny bit right over on the far corner of that field as well. But I'm going to leave that. I still haven't gone over and had a look at that barn that is there in the middle of a cliff with no real access down to it. It looks like there might be a footpath to it, but nothing else. Begs the question of how it was built there in the first place. I mean, yes, they could have carried it along the footpath. Such things have happened, and no doubt will continue to happen in the future, but it's not a... You've got to have a good reason for wanting to build a barn on the side of a cliff. Especially somewhere like that, when there are so many more convenient places to put it. You know, like at the top or at the bottom. Why halfway up? What is the reason? I mean, is it a smuggler's haven, perhaps? Is there some treasure over there? Who knows? I still want to go and have a look at it. It is on my to-do list. I have a whole to-do list of things that I wanted to do. And that is getting higher up the to-dos. And mainly just because I want to see if there's, like, prizes over there. Or, you know, treasure or something like that. Could be like an ancient pirate hoard. Although quite why there would be a pirate horde in a place like this, I'm not really sure. Because there's not... Smugglers, maybe? Smugglers, it could be smugglers. They go on land. You know, pirates aren't really known for land-based activities. They're more a nautical theme. And there's not much nautical themes going on around here. I mean, like Hagenstedt, it's... I don't think it's set near the coast. We do have the port down there, which is by the river. So maybe, you know, maybe it could be pirates. Went up the river and doing something. I'm not going to be prejudiced against pirates just for no reason. Let's get you going there. Okay, you're doing fine. Valtra right here. Let's start you up. And whiz you off down through here. So we're clear off the road here a minute. And then I've got 3 passes left to do on this long field here. And we are done. That tractor up there, working its way up and down. Once that one's finished, obviously that's then going to be available to us to go and plant the grass field by the cows. Now, I have already planted that one, but obviously once I get on there with the plough and I extend it out slightly, we're going to need to do some more planting, which is why I wanted to get one of the fields going up here, so then I can leave a seed drill going up here. Bring you in around there. Start filling that up. Love the way that this races across the field. 27 kilometers an hour. I'm like, this tractor is surprisingly powerful, pulling this one along. I'm not sure what colour I'm going to put the rims of the wheels on the Valtras that we do. And maybe we will go for all white on our Valtra fleet. And yes, I do have a slight obsession with them on this series, but I mean, to be fair, I don't put them in everything, do I? Like, I do try to spread out my tractor interests to all tractors. as I go through my various series, and we haven't settled on these sleek bad boys for quite some time. And I mean, I quite like them anyway. I would very much like to be able to try driving one of these in real life, just to see if they really are as spectacular as a lot of people have told me. I have had a number of people in the comment sections telling me that these tractors really are worth the money that you pay for them. Like, they're not the cheapest machine to go and get, but they are worth that money. So let's bring you on round like that. That was a little bit messy. We'll have to come back and sort of tidy that up a little bit afterwards. I'm just going to finish this one right up. We're going to fill this one right up like that. And then we're going to take this over to the farm. And then the last little strip down through the middle, I'm not actually going to bother taking that back over to the farm. I'll pick it up as we drive through. I'll run it straight down to the barn at the bottom. And we will sell the last little tiny bit of straw. So we've got 145,000 euros right now. We'll end up with a bit less than that by the time we've done the planting and that. It's not enough to get a mix feeder set up and going just yet. But what we will have enough money to do very easily is a place to go and put down a silage bunker. So we can start making silage. We got hay. That bit's been dealt with. But we don't have a silage bunker. And if we can get a silage bunker, what we can do is we can make silage and then we can immediately move it across into this barn right here and store it. We don't have to do that, though. We can keep it in the bunker until such time as we want to go and use it for something else. So I'm just going to pop you into there and then get you unloaded. I've got a machine that we can use to get the silage out of the bunker, and that's the milling machine. So we don't need to worry about getting a tractor with a front loader or anything like that, purely because that is just going to take forever and a day to get the stuff out, and it gets a little tedious. I don't really want to do that. I'd like to avoid that kind of tedium if we can, because it just gets dull. Right, off we go. So I've got both the seed drills are still running. Ooh! I was going to say I wasn't going to get the straw and bring it back here because of the hay that's right there. But I want to clear that field over there before... So I'm going to take the straw back to here because I then need to clear that hay off of the field. And I want this tractor to do it. And then we'll do... The ploughing will be done after that. So we kind of got to wait a little bit. What I was actually thinking now is maybe we will leave the ploughing until we have skipped time forward a little bit and the crop has grown and we can start putting fertilizer on the fields. So we can get some fertilizer going, get the spreading going, and while the fertilizer spreading is happening, we can also be doing that ploughing and getting the drilling done at the same time. We can try and kill 10 birds with one stone. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but we ought to be able to do this. Reasonably confident that we can do this. Maybe, possibly. Sort of. Alright, I'm not very confident at all, but I'm going to give it a good go. Definitely going to give it a good go. The two combines... I want to get those combines put away, but at the same time, I'm not all that concerned about them either at the moment. Let's just spin round. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to leave that bit. Okay, let me get you off the field. I'll take you over to the cattle yard and get you just to set this one unloading. Then we can jump down to the Fendt. We can get that seed drill. We can bring it up here and start it working in this field. I don't actually need to worry about doing any of the headlands on the fields in order to start that one off at all. I can just put it in one corner of the field and press Vamoosh, and he will Vamoosh off across the field. And it makes it nice and simple for us, doesn't it? You know, the only good... I was just thinking that the speed that we're going here, we're doing 53k pulling this tractor along. If I was to have the Skittles tractor, the thing with the Skittles tractor is that the speed on it has been tweaked as well. It is about 100k, which is considerably faster than the 53 that we're doing at the moment. So you do tend to get from point A to point B a little bit quicker. So when you're doing like the ferrying jobs like this, it definitely speeds things up a bit. So maybe we will consider doing that. I don't know at the moment. I'm very much undecided on that one. Let's fold this up. Let's unfold this again, because there's a bit right here, and I remember now there's a bit at the other end of this field as well. So I'm going to get both of them. We'll run here, and then we'll go right down to that corner, and we'll go and get the other bit down there that we left. So these down here, we've got 3 fields down here. These are all finished. We've got 2 fields up the top. One of them is almost done, and then there's another one that we're about to start planting, and as soon as we get this one into that field at the top, then we don't need to worry about it anymore. That will all be finished as well. So there, that's done. I can get you out of here. I have got currently 5 solar panels, and you have all stated quite clearly that you do not want me getting more solar panels than I have fields. The one on our right-hand side right now, we are definitely only counting that as a single field. And the small bit that we've ploughed up in the corner, that's not being counted as a field either. So at the moment we have 4 fields. So we've got to buy another field to match the solar panels, and then another one after that before we're allowed to buy any more solar panels. A lot of you commented on the balancing there and said that we definitely don't want any more than 1 panel per 1 field. Some of you said you didn't want to see any more. All of you said unanimously do not get a windmill. The windmill is too much. It's a 1 million investment, but then there's a lot of money that does come in for the windmill once you've gone and paid for it. And all of you said that you didn't want to see the windmill in the series. You don't want to see that being used. It might be a really good thing to have. It might generate a lot of income, but it was unanimous. There was not one single person in favour of getting the windmill. Or at least not that I remember seeing. I mean, there could well have been. There could well have been someone who thought that getting a windmill was a good idea, but I don't recall seeing anyone saying, yes, get the windmill, because we think it would be an awesome addition to what you're doing. Now, what I want to do here is straighten that out there. The other one, though, has just reached the end of the row. That's why I was sort of trying to rush, because I want to set this one going here, like that, and then I want to skip over to the other one here. And I want to just set it going down this side of the field over here. And set it going down here. That's why I was trying to rush over to it. There. I want you right there, like that, and off you go. Right. That's both of them working. Let's go back and check you. Make sure you're not going to do anything daft. You don't appear to be doing anything daft, and you do appear to be working very, very nicely. So I want to go now to this one. Is emptied out into there, so that we've now got that one is all the straw is empty. I don't think I'm gonna get more cows just yet. I suppose I could. I'm now gonna I'm gonna start picking up the hay. Alright, we'll start picking this up. Now it's gonna take quite a while to go and pick this up because we've got several rows that we've sort of put in here with that front rake that we use. And maybe I should have done, like, gone over the field again on another pass. Maybe that would have worked a little bit better. I don't think I needed to have done. But, you know, possibly that would have made life a little bit quicker for us. It's very small windrows, isn't it? It's the one thing I do like about this stupid machine is that it's got a nice wide pickup collection area on it. So we're just about able to run down here and pick up 2 rows in one. I run down that side like that. It's not quite going out as far as I'd like it to come over there a bit. But he's got some of it down through there. It wasn't able to get all of it though, so we're not going to attempt to do that. We're just going to run these rows. We will be able to get the whole field in one pass though. We will be able to get all of this. Now, our dream for this one is organic farming. This is going to be done organically. I'm not coming up here with fertilizer to spread anything on this field. So that won't be happening. We got to wait until we've got slurry or manure from the cows that we can spread on this field if we want to be doing something like that. I'm going to be doing this with the cattle, at least, is going to be organic. I mean, we can say the whole thing's organic because I'm not doing any herbicide spraying anywhere. Herbicide spraying has not been happening. I'm just looking at this, wondering if we can make that turn there, because I didn't go up through the field evenly, I didn't go up through the middle very evenly, so if I can take that one out, and then I can come back up the other side, that should even things out a little bit, and then I'm not turning too sharp. We're avoiding that whole thing where we're turning too much on our PTO shaft. Right, we don't want to be turning too sharp on that. We'll spoil something. Take that on round again. Two more per... well, let's say two. A few more passes on the field, and we are just about finished. I'm just wondering whether I should buy a few cows. I think we can buy some cows, some more, so that we've got like a little bit more to do here, a little bit more of a challenge going on with the early establishment of our cattle. Because at the moment we don't have very many at all, and I think it would be quite nice to have at least some. I did miscount this. We are going to want, we're going to end up sort of having to, well, we're going to have to shunt. We've just shunt backwards and forwards a little tiny bit to get that last row on there. But it will be a good idea to plough up the edges of this one. Right, there's a lot of grass on the edges here, and I think we'll be grateful for the extra crop later on. Just before we start buying up more grass fields, because there is the one that's just through the other side of that little hill directly in front of us. That one will be another grass field. We won't be turning that one into something that we go over with the combines. Both of those fields in front of us, they will be grass fields. And then there's more field at the top of that ramp that we'll use for grass fields, plus the little ones that are sort of over next to the wool mill and things like that. So we've got a few jobs ahead of us, a few tasks ahead of us, and a few little fields that we want to buy. So we're going to have to sort of balance it now between getting stuff for the cows and expanding the arable land. Like, the arable does make some money, but the cows can also make money as well. If we get enough cows and we put enough time in here, we can make money on the cows. I mean, if we go in here and we take a look at the moment, we're running brown and white cows. And I'm going to go with only using brown and white cows. Now, I got 20 out of a potential 300 on here. Unfortunately, the only downside to this farm is that we can only have 300 of the cows in here. I would like to have more than 300. I would like to have 1,000 in here, but unfortunately, I'm not able to go and do that. Now, something that I am curious about is if I go into... Actually, I want to go into my own garage in here, and I look up through it. Like, this is our buildings. Got the bee houses, we've got the guest house, we've got the farmhouse, but what we don't have for sale here is the cattle yard. Got a large... yes, oh, we do. We do. We have the large cow pasture right there. It's just classed as a mod right there. Large cow pasture. Been running for 19,000 days. That's why you don't get very... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.